Welcome, mindless worship zombies, to the Frugal is the most turgid rod of ecstasy ever conceived by creation show. Maggot is still too pathetic and weak to escape from his incarceration in the celestial heavens, and thus you have the unprecedented pleasure of my hostingship for another week.
Hostingship isn't a word.
Voice your insecurities someplace else. Tonight on the show, we've got a delightful guest who needs no introduction. He is, how do you pronounce that?
Geschnergenfim.
Bob Geschnergenfim.
My first name isn't Bob.
It is now. Anyway, Mr. Geschnergenfim is CEO of Matrix Sales Solutions Incorporated. Not to be confused with Matrix Ad Solutions, Matrix Marketing, Matrix Sales Securities Incorporated, or Matrix Customer Solutions.
Yes, it's nice to be here, Frugal.
Why do they always say that? So, according to my instructions, I'm interested in what makes your company the best bang for my advertising dollar.
Oh, do you guys actually use dollars out here?
I don't even know what a dollar is, but I do what I'm told.
Well then, let me answer that question with a story. There were once two young men, both bright and motivated young businessmen with a dream for their families and their future. Both of them worked hard to scrape together the money to start their own enterprises. Over the years, they toiled to build their companies into something the community could be proud to call their own. In 5 years, their efforts told two very different stories. One of them built an empire out of his products, outshining the competition, showing unprecedented stock growth, and eventually buying the moon. The other one was shot in the face by loan sharks, and his family's organs were sold to pay off a tiny fraction of his inestimable debts. Can you guess what the difference was?
I'm guessing you're not going to admit that one of them was incompetent.
That's right! Proper marketing! Let me tell you, folks, the right marketing can move mountains.
Don't call us folks.
I'm the host here, Uncle. I'm the one who's supposed to do all the taunting.
Yeah, but I'm the one who'll actually do it. Think of it as me expressing my respect for Maggot's memory, as opposed to joining you in your gleeful attempts to squeeze it through your colon.
Such a colorful way of putting things. Now shut the hell up and let Mr. Whatever the fuck finish his pitch.
If he uses the phrase, X many marketing secrets that so-and-so doesn't want you to know, I'm going to crap in his mouth.
I think I should be going now.
Fine with me. I guess it's time to go to commercial then. Stay tuned to the Frugal Show. Da, 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 da.
Hi, my name is Gathoradog. I'm selling buckets of rancid, congealed engine grease. The only reason you're going to buy it is because I have kidnapped your parents.
And now, back to our program.
Da, 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 da. Yeah, I guess we're back and stuff. I really wish Maggott would quit booby-trapping his desk. What's so important and or humiliating that he's got to hide it anyway? Has he got sexually abused Care Bear dolls in here or something?
Well, that would explain where they went, wouldn't it, Frugal?
Shut your dribbling word hole. Aren't you supposed to be doing Uncle Evil's corruption corner? You'd better go off and find some poorly guarded children. There's none here, and most of your depravity wouldn't be as funny if you just did it to yourself. If only because certain experiments in high school have proven that it's physically impossible.
My audience is already here, Frugal. Due to what happened last time, the Galactic Senate has blockaded the studio and won't allow anyone to even enter the building without proof of adulthood and a series of legal waivers.
Is that why the Corruption Corner broadcasting room is full of fat, slovenly, middle-aged men, all dressed up in poorly fitting and somewhat unwholesome school uniforms?
Yeah, but this is the first week that they've actually had a good excuse.
Ew. You sure do know how to reel 'em in, don't you?
Lesser instances of parasitic filth cling to me, just like you cling to Maggot.
Ha! All this hiatus has done is proven how unimportant he really was.
Have you taken a look at our ratings since he left?
Like my paycheck changes in the slightest bit based on ratings. I could probably just stuff the microphone up my butt and squidge it around for the entire episode, and I'd get paid exactly the same. That's the miracle of being unionized.
Since when were you part of a union?
Since I learned that the Mafia isn't as effective. Now go do your little puerile sub-segment while I check for tasty vittles underneath my toenails.
Gladly. I've grown sick of watching that. Especially those exaggerated chewing noises you always make.
It's called enjoying it.
Thank God I'm not you. Hey, kids, who's everybody's favorite uncle?
Uncle Evil!
And what's the educational phrase for today?
Restraining orders are more of a suggestion than a rule.
That's right. Today on Uncle Evil's Corruption Corner, I was going to show you kids how to properly take care of your teeth, but considering none of you filthy, degenerate vagrants have any, we're going to talk about family safety. Now, the first lesson in keeping your family safe is to make sure you're never home all by yourself. If your family ever leaves you alone, you should call an adult right away, such as your Uncle Evil. Or better yet, head on over to his house without leaving a note. And bring your stereo and jewelry. Are there any questions?
Yeah, man, can you spare $1? I need it for a bus ticket.
An excellent question, and one that will teach you something very important. Notice how my hand is now approaching your eyes in preparation to tear them both out.
Ow! Ow! Ow!
This is getting seriously pathetic.
You know, I was just going to say that.
I mean the whole show, Frugal. Without Maggott and the promise of sadistic and indiscriminately thorough annihilation he brings, the vagrants, politicians, and lawyers are sticking their collective...
Wait a minute! Is this going to be an analogy that will make me want to choke on my own tongue?
Ironic that you should put it that way, Frugal, because I was going to say...
Stop! No, you've made your point.
Geez, you make yourself sound so... delicate, Frugal.
Is that an insult or a come-on?
Oh, for Gaz Pork's sake. To be continued.